Okay, so the introduction to the modulus operator. Now we've already talked about different types of operators you can use, like multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So now we're going to talk about the modulus operator, also known as the remainder operator because it gives the remainder. So let's go over here and see what it's doing. So let's print out, I don't know, like 3 percent sign. Percent sign is the modulus operator too. And we get 1, yay! What if we do, I don't know, like 5 modulus 2? We get 1. Because essentially what it's doing is taking 5 divided by 2 and then finding what the remainder is. Or you could say 5 modulus 3 is equal to 2, because 5 divided by 3, you just have 2 left over when you do that. And so this can be a really simple way of filtering through numbers. So let's look at using the modulus operator with one of the homework assignments I believe we had for last week, and a different way of doing it than you probably did it yourself. I believe the problem was to print out all the even numbers up to 100. So we're going to do one quick way that you might want to do it. Print out 2 to 100, and like that, increment by 2, and then we print I. And that should give us all the even numbers from 1 to 100. Well, another way of doing that is instead of starting at 2 and then incrementing by 2, we can increment by 1 again and start at 1, because that way it's clear to see that we're going through all the numbers from 1 to 100. And then we can actually add an if statement in here. So if I modulo 2 is equal to 0, basically if the remainder once you divide by 2 is equal to 0, that only gives you even numbers, then print I, end, and hit run, and we get the exact same result. And so that is just one example of the modulus operator. And after seeing this specific example, your wheels might start to be turning and figuring out how to do that one homework assignment where you want to change the note head of every other note. Because instead of potentially printing out every single other number, you're printing out every other note. So let's change this code a little bit. That might help you a bit with that problem. So we're actually going to have another variable up here called count. I just always like to use count. Count is equal to 1. This is like the most dumb way you could ever write this exact version of printing out every other number, but it works, and you might be able to start to see why. So we're going to loop through every other number. Then if count modulus 2 is equal to 0, then we print I, and then here count equals count plus 1. Now the student of you would say that in this example count will always equal to I, and that is true, but it also lets us see the more basic form of if you had every single entry over here and then we wanted to do something with each entry and how that would work, and we run it, and what do you know, it goes every single other note. Or if you wanted all the odds, count is equal to 1, and that gets you all the odds. So that is the introduction to the modulus operator.